Hello, Bambaji here with another gate transit. And I was going to share my screen with you, and I didn't do that straight away, so let me do that now. Okay, here we go. It's gate 33, and this is the gate of retreat. This is the gate of privacy. And we transit into here. The sun transits into gate 33 at our 8:17, 8:17 BST. BST, British summertime. You'd never know it. 30th of July, we're transiting into this gate. So this is a gate where we find a need for privacy and retreat in order to integrate our experiences and then to be able to share the wisdom that has been gained from those experiences. So this is a gate where we store and share cultural memory. This is the basis of what supports the expansion of the human capacity. These are storytellers. These are the historians of humanity. Gate 33 is a throat gate. It's the last throat gate that we have in this quarter of civilization. And it is in the collective sensing or abstract circuit. All the throat gates have a voice, you will remember. The 31 that we've just come from was the gate of I lead. And here in gate 33, the voice is I remember, or not. It's a voice of experience or inexperience. It's the voice of the witness that is captured in the biblical story of the prodigal child who leaves home and gives up their birthright to wander and to learn, and then returns many years later and much the wiser to be accepted back into the fold so that their wisdom that has been gathered during their sojourn can be shared through the remembrance that it has. This is the expression of the sensing circuit. Before a new cycle can begin, a period of reflection on the old is necessary. Now, unlike the 13th gate, which is at the other end of the channel, where secrets get locked away in memory, the 33 is a throat gate, and its nature is to share its experience and to reveal the secrets that it has been told. This is the gate of revelation. Despite what might appear to be an ordeal, one experience after the other, the sensing circuit is of enormous value to human progress. The storing of cultural memory has resulted in an exponential expansion of human capacity. Without the storyteller or the historian, every new generation would be starting from scratch. But we have all of that experience to tap into, to learn from, and to move forward from. Each of the quarters of the wheel begins with a Sphinx gate. It has a vessel of love gate in the middle, and it closes with a gate belonging to the right angle cross of the four ways. Gate 33 is the last gate in the quarter of civilization, and therefore it is a gate of the cross of the four ways. 4 different ways to experience humanity and what it means to be a human. Bringing the quarter of civilization to an end with reflection and going into retreat and looking at the experiences that have been gathered. Gate 33 is keynoted as privacy, and it is one of the 3 gates of aloneness, together with the 12th and the 40th gates. And it's also a stop codon. There are 3 stop codons, and they are all throat gates. 2 of them are abstract. This is the 56, and here in the 33, and 1 is individual, and that would be gate 12. This is the point where the abstract process fulfills itself. This is the point where, through privacy, through retreat, reflection is possible. And because this is collective, the need to come out of retreat and share the remembrance, this is all part of what then brings this experience to a close. This is the role of the witness, to go into the retreat and reflect on the experience. And then when the reflection is complete, to share with the collective. This is remembrance. Above the lines of the I Ching, it says, active withdrawal and the transformation of a weak position into a strength. The weak position refers to a lack of reflection or a lack of privacy. It is not possible for a 33 to sort things out when they're in a crowd or to sort things out when they're under pressure. They need to be able to withdraw and to reflect in privacy, and then they can be clear. The channel 1333, this is the channel of the prodigal. It's the channel of the witness. It's the identity of the abstract process is rooted in what we call reflection and remembrance. Reflection and remembrance, they're all part of this 1333. The voice of the 33 is not a voice that says, I know I can contribute. No, that's gate 8. This is a voice that says, I remember, or I don't remember. Well, this is the remembrance that takes place at the end of the abstract process. And as the 33rd gate is one of those gates of aloneness, we know that it is aloneness and retreat and privacy that create the perfect conditions or the correct conditions for reflection. In order for any abstract people to make sense out of their lives, whether they have this particular gate or channel or any activations in this circuit, it's important for them to remember that they must have time to reflect. At the end of each day, at the end of each ongoing process, they can make a kind of auric space for themselves where they're not going to be influenced by anybody else, where they can have an opportunity to reflect on the experience that they have been through. It is the privacy in this gate that says, I will not be able to remember everything unless I'm left alone so that I can reflect on this process. And then I will be able to remember and share my reflection with you. Above the lines in this gate, in the I Ching, it says active withdrawal. Now, this is not passive withdrawal. This is not running away. This is not a gate that says, I want to be alone because I want to hide. This is a gate that says, I need to be alone in order to survive. I need to be alone in order to be clear. And then there is the transformation of a weak position into a strength. Every abstract person is at their weakest point at the moment that an experience ends. This is the weakest point because here is where the temptation lies to jump into the next experience without reflecting on what they've been through. So what happens to so many abstract people is that they keep on then repeating the same experience because they're not reflecting correctly. And repetition is not what the abstract circuit is about. It's about having an experience, reflecting upon it, recognizing its fundamental worth, and then going on to the next experience, having shared their remembrance of that experience in the first place. This is how you turn a weak position into a strength. Ra says that if you do not take the time to reflect, to withdraw, then you are sort of doomed to carry on jumping into experience after experience and repeating that same experience, which is totally going against the energy of this circuit. It's only through that reflection that you close the cycle off. And remember, that's what this experiential or this abstract sensing circuit has. Its format energy. It's that channel of maturation in the 5342, that channel of beginnings and endings. This is the whole point of the experiential circuit. You have an experience, you go into retreat, you remember it, you make sense of it, you deliver it back to the collective, and then you can move on. So the weakest point then of the abstract process is the moment that that experience is over. And it is at that point that privacy, separateness, or aloneness, the opportunity for reflection, is essential. Because the abstract process being what it is, you don't know anything while you're in an experience. An abstract person can never know anything about the experience whilst it's ongoing. It just doesn't happen. That's why it is the key to the abstract process to be found in, how do I want to phrase this, in the commitment that comes through the 29 and into the 46. So that channel there that comes between the sacral and the G center. This is key to the abstract process because this begins with a commitment. You know, it's the commitment you're making to a new experience means that you have the energy to see it through. In that commitment, you are also in the right place at the right time. So as long as you accept that, then it doesn't matter what's going on in the experience because you can't know anything about it anyway while you're in it. You can only learn from the experience whilst it's over. So it's very important in this sense for abstract people to reflect upon their experiences and not simply just to keep collecting experiences. So you can see that we have the grounding of the abstract process, the 33, grounding into gate 19. This is our earth gate for the next 5.5, 6 days. It's the gate of approach. It's the gate of wanting. It's a gate which says that all things are interrelated. And this is apparent and it's manifested through the action of approach. So it's root center. It's part of tribal circuitry. It's the gate of flirting. And it's the fuel for the process of sensitivity to our basic needs. Sensing the needs of the tribe and providing support for the community. These are all keynotes for this gate, this circuit, this channel that we have here. Tribal circuitry has its keynote of support. So maybe this is where we can look to see how gate 19 can ground gate 33. Whilst undergoing a period of privacy and reflection, it might help to have that energy of support around, looking out for your needs. So do you have gate 33 in your design or gate 19? If you have, do you recognize a need to retreat once you have had an experience? Do the themes of privacy resonate with you? And if you have the whole channel, how does it work with gathering secrets or experiences from others, reflecting on them and then sharing them when the time is right? Perhaps you don't have these energies consistently activated in your design, but you can feel them when there is a transit. Or you can be aware of the energies of them when there's a transit. You might feel an urge to tell people about an experience that you've had, or you might find that you want to share secrets, things that you've been told and been asked to keep to yourself. And you don't know why you're sharing them because you're usually really good at keeping secrets. But there's that feeling that you want to bring them out. Or you might suddenly decide that you want to go on retreat and you choose a Vipassana retreat so that you can be alone and yet still supported by others who will take care of your needs during that time. All or any or none of these can be experienced during this transit of gate 33. Thank you for joining me and take care and enjoy gate 33, and I look forward to seeing you in 6 days' time when we move into a new quarter, the quarter of duality, but then over the next 6 days, the next 6 lines as we work through gate 33. I hope you will join me on those and we can explore them together. Until then, take care and go gently. Bye-bye.